Hello friends, this will be my recap of the first 2 seasons of Lost in Space. Alright, let's go! Season 1 starts off with a family called the Robinsons. In this family you have Will, Penny, and Judy, and their parents are Maureen and John, and also Judy is adopted. And they were basically a happy little family except that John was never there because he was in the military, and Maureen was about to divorce him, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. You see, what had happened was on Christmas Day, a meteor hit the Earth, making living there a little more difficult, but not impossible. Because of that meteor, humans mastered space travel through wormholes, and they also decided to move some of their people to Alpha Centauri, so they all signed up to go to Alpha Centauri. But Will didn't pass the test, so his mother traded something so Will can pass the test. And they were on the ship to take them to Alpha Centauri, get attacked by a killer robot and crash land on an unknown planet. Before crashing, there was this woman by the name of June, basically lied and killed somebody just to get on the spaceship called the Resolute. And for the life of me, I just can't understand her decision making. Because before she left Earth and betrayed her sister offered her her whole life, which comes with a mansion, the family business, and a new car. But I digress. The ship crashed, she assumed the identity of a guy by the name of Dr. Smith, but we're just gonna call her annoying, because she needs to go. Anyways, you also have Don West, who's an engineer and the best character in the show. He also has a chicken that he talks to by the name of Debbie. They were first traveling with Annoying when they crashed, but she quickly betrayed them. That being said though, while on the planet, Will finds this robot that he saves, which turns out to be the robot that attacked the Resolute. But because Will saved it, it's good now. And the robot also protects Will and his family. But mainly Will. Okay, now that most of the relevant characters are out the way, actually we also have Victor and VJ, but I just called them Dickhead and Dickhead Jr. Okay, now that the characters are out the way, here's how it goes down. While on the planet, eels ate everybody's fuel so nobody can fly, but they also can't contact the Resolute because the Resolute's satellite dish broke and fell off during the robot attack, so the Resolute can't receive any messages. Because of that, they had to find a way to fly to the Resolute, but while trying to figure all that out, everyone turned on Will's robot because they found out that he attacked the Resolute. The pressure from that and the Annoying one whispering into Will's ear makes him tell the robot to unalive himself, which the robot does. But that was all part of the Annoying one's plan, because she put the robot back together and now he obeys her. He also commanded the robot to take the engine that was in his crashed ship and bring it on to the Robinson's ship. That being said, after everybody found enough fuel, fly back to the Resolute because it was about to leave, because the Annoying one was holding them at Robot Point? Anyways, that didn't last long because a second alien robot attacked the Robinson's ship, and it was only looking for the engine that the Annoying one took off the crashed alien ship. But the robot, to protect Will, fights off the second robot because he now listens to Will again. And with the two alien robots fighting off into space, the engine forces the Robinson's ship into a wormhole that takes them to a solar system with 2 stars that the robot used to call Danger, but he's not there right now because he's fighting another robot outside of the planet that they never bothered to name for some reason. And I bet they would have remembered to name the planet if only they set a reminder or made a to-do list, which are both things that could have been done using ClickUp, which is literally a tool that can help you manage a team. And we all know that the Robinsons desperately needed this, because somebody needed to set a reminder for Will to name his freaking robot. But you can also use ClickUp to work on a shared document, much like Google Docs, which I love, but it's all in the same app. And for about the same price of natural bamboo skewers, you can get unlimited storage, custom fields, and much more. Link is down below. But with that, on to season 2, which takes place 7 months later, where the Robinsons, along with Don and their prisoner Dr. Smith, aka the Annoying one, have found refuge on one of the planets in the solar system. On this planet, they found out that there's metal runes that lightning strikes that are also related to the robot. When they finally leave the planet, they find the Resolute, which was abandoned except for this one little girl that still lives in the walls, by the name of Samantha. After a while, they found the surviving crew of the Resolute, but that's when everything goes to shit, and that is because humans are shit. As it turns out, the meteor that hit the Earth on that Christmas Day was not a meteor, but instead an alien spaceship, and on that alien spaceship was an alien robot, which this guy by the name of Ben Adler called Scarecrow. After stealing Scarecrow's engine and forcing them to fly to and from Alpha Centauri, they were attacked by another alien robot that just wanted his friend and his engine back, which was the whole reason for the attack on the Resolute in season 1. Anyways, this other guy by the name of Hastings butted heads with the Robinsons along with Don because he wanted to use Will's robot to pilot the Resolute because they need an alien robot to pilot. Their current one, which is Scarecrow, is almost dead, and Will found his robot on the planet that the Resolute passengers were taking refuge on. But Will's robot refuses to help pilot the Resolute. After finding out that his friend Scarecrow is almost dead, Will then agrees to help Scarecrow, and to do so he needs to take Scarecrow to the metal runes that were constantly struck by lightning. And as luck would have it, those runes are also on the planet that the Resolute passengers were taking refuge on. With Ben's help, Will takes Scarecrow to the runes, saves his life, but Ben dies in the process. And even though we don't see a body, it's adios to Ben. Anyways, when Scarecrow is saved, a bunch of other alien robots spawn in with him, and they chase Will back to the Resolute, where they were trapped long enough for Judy to come up with an idea. And that idea was to take the 97 children that were on the Resolute along with the engine and leave in a wormhole. And she only came up with this because she heard that her mom traded her access code, the Resolute, which allowed Hastings to take over. And that's what she traded in season 1 so that Will can pass the test. Anyways, in order for the kids to get away, the Annoying one sacrificed herself to slow down the robots. But again, I didn't see a body. She's not getting a name upgrade just yet. And speaking of sacrifices, Scarecrow also sacrificed himself to slow down the robots. They bought enough time for the kids to escape to Alpha Centauri, leaving behind all the parents and adults. They get to what they believe was supposed to be Alpha Centauri, saw a spaceship emitting a signal by the name of the Fortuna, which was a spaceship Julie's biological father, Grant Kelly, was piloting when it disappeared over 20 years ago. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you liked that video and want to see more like it, leave a like and subscribe.